Here are the horoscopes for the 11th to the 17th of May 2020. We have a lot of changes this week as we're coming into the summer retrograde. So every summer the outer planets turn retrograde, and this week we have Gemini and Jupiter joining Pluto and Saturn. So things are about to go inwards, things are about to go in to be revised, and we've had a very strong start to the year, and now we'll be able to do the recalibration that's necessary for when we come out of this in the autumn. So Saturn is retrograde at 1 degree Aquarius right now until late September, and we'll dip back into Capricorn so that we can tie up the loose ends of the last 2 years. So Saturn is our backbone and our core strength, and we're being schooled and taught every day to be self-supporting, to stand on and for what we fundamentally know, and to make sure that we're coming from the core and not relying on external scaffolding. And this connects us with our real power, stripped back since January to the bare bones. We are learning to grow outwards and to be responsible for our thoughts, words and actions, to revise our belief system so that we're not trying to grow our roots in unfertile soil, and to be able to dig deep and really manifest our reality from the inside out. On Monday we have Mercury square Mars, and Mercury moves into Gemini. So with Mercury in Gemini, it's a very, very quick-witted, lively combination. We've had a couple of weeks where we've really been able to calm the mind, to enjoy the Taurian, present, grateful, earthy energies. But the pace changes as Mercury moves into Gemini. Then we start to receive fresh insight, quick thoughts, inspirations, ideas, and the ability to change our mind a bit more. Mercury is a metal that changes from liquid to solid, and Gemini is a mutable air sign, which is very adept at changing its mind. So subtle daily shifts in perception result in very different decisions being made in the future. So turning our thoughts towards not going back to how we were, but also there will be no new normal, as we hear in the press. Those subtle shifts in perception will actually be what's changing your mind, changing your perception, changing your decisions, and you decide what the new normal is. But take a look at what your thought processes were as we came into this, what you were giving your mental energy to, and how much you've been able to slow down, observe, and make those changes. By Tuesday the Sun passes the 22nd degree of Taurus, and 22 in numerology is the master builder, and Taurus is solid earth. At the same time Mercury trines Saturn, so a harmonic aspect to what I was just talking about, which is your backbone, your dignity and your strength. So this combination will look at what we're building but where from. To know ourselves we must master the mind. It should be a sharp, clear and aligned tool, chiseling us to perfection with supportive and sustaining thoughts. And from here we can create great possibilities. So this isn't going to happen from the outside in. We have to be those changes. We have to have that backbone. We have to really be able to know ourselves. By Wednesday we have Venus retrograde in Gemini at 21 degrees and Jupiter retrograde in Capricorn at 27 degrees. So here come the retrogrades. A retrograde takes us inwards to make revisions. It's not a bad thing, as is often written about. The combination of Venus and Jupiter is our heart and our sovereignty, our values. So these themes are up for exploration all the way through the summer. And given the current situation, I feel this will be very strong with regards to our rights, our power and our authority. So have a look at where you're giving those away. Coming into this phase, we may have been giving those away to other people, to businesses, to political structures, to the work environment. And since we've been stopped or paused, given that a bit more space, we've been able to take some of that back and actually decide what's good for us and nurture our own sense of independence and nourishment. So to explore these areas, the choices that we make on a daily basis, this will be a running theme over the summer. You are your own power. You have rights. Be the author and the authority of your own destiny, and bring that energy back deep within. By Thursday, Mars moves into Pisces, and this is a very soulful feeling. You stop and listen into the 95% world beyond the 5% senses. There's a whisper on the breeze and an eternal knowing in the cells of our being. It's a very reconnective, deeply spiritual aspect when Mars moves through Pisces. And with this, it's worth looking at a longer lifespan. It's worth looking at your eternal soul and not just considering yourself on a timeline in this life. What's always been true, what do you truly know within you? What are you carrying in your DNA and your cells? Let that come out. Let that feeling be felt, listened to and acted upon. By the weekend we come into some incredibly strong energies. We have the Sun trine Pluto and the Sun trine Jupiter. So if you remember, on the 4th of April we had this grand conjunction that was a phoenix-like aspect, because Jupiter says raise to your crown, work with the energy body, embrace and embody your power and your authority. And Pluto says die to the old in order that you can be reborn, so that phoenix-like energy there. So deep healing from the inside out. There's a purge there of letting go of the past, restrictions, disempowerment, and the choice of what frequency we're contributing. So you get to choose what your vibration is, what your being and feeling is more important than what you're thinking and doing right now. So if we embody that purge, that alchemical fire with Pluto, then when the Sun trines Jupiter, then we have the light and the crown. It's worth looking at the fact that Corona means crown and 19 is the Sun card in tarot. So alchemically what we can do during this period is to really focus on our frequency and raising that from base to crown and embodying and amplifying these energies. Because we're in a 26,000 year cycle, and this is the spring of that cycle. And simply put, what your being and feeling is measurable outside the body. You're transmitting frequencies, but you get to choose what that frequency is. So raise from base to crown, be the sun energetically that you are inside, amplify that light, sunbathe in that frequency, as the Sun trine Jupiter is one of the most golden moments of the year. So lots of changes, lots of letting go, lots of deep connection with our empowerment. Saturn takes us to our roots. Pluto helps us purge in the fire anything of lower density, and Jupiter bringing us up to our crown, while Venus takes us in to really acknowledge and appreciate and be grateful, to connect with our real value. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available online, one-to-one. I record MP3 and I send you pictures of your chart and any tarot cards that come up. Reading is multi-layered, so when you listen back you get 2 or 3 more readings from that as the information disseminates. I also have online courses which I'm happy to do with you one-to-one, online as well, if you'd like to take some of this time to engage with your own chart and the knowledge of astrology, tarot, numerology and much more. So for any of that, please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com. Post daily on Facebook at AstroZo, Instagram at zoehines7. All my details are on my website, astrozo.com. These videos and more are on my YouTube channel, Zoe Astro. So be still this week, go deep every day. There's something that we can connect with. But really this is finding your power, centering on it, raising it, and amplifying the energy body to be the true unique contribution that you came here to be. So those are the horoscopes this week, and I'll see you next week.